welcome to Getting to Good Enough, a podcast to help you let go of perfectionism so you can do more of what you love. I'm Shannon Wilkinson, a life coach in Portland, Oregon. I'm a recovering perfectionist who's getting better at good enough.
And I'm Janine Adams, a novelist, a certified professional organizer in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm lucky enough to be naturally good at good enough.
And today we're talking about how National Novel Writing Month is going. You are a novelist.
That's right. We both are.
How are you, Janine?
I am great. I'm feeling a teeny tiny bit sleep deprived, but otherwise I'm great.
Yeah, because you've been getting up early to do your writing.
I have. That's worked out very well.
Oh,
except
good.
For the sleep deprivation.
Yeah, that part's not so great, but
yeah.
Just to bring people up to date in case they haven't been hanging on our every word and know what's going on. We are participating in National Novel Writing Month, which happens every November when, what is it now, like a few 100,000 people around the world?
It's like 700,000.
Oh my gosh, it's gotten so big.
Yeah.
So hundreds of thousands of people take November to write a novel, and in this case a novel consists of 50,000 words, to write it during the month of November.
Yep.
And yeah, so we are doing that, and a few of our listeners, probably more of our listeners than we know about, are doing it, but a few have joined in our Facebook group, Getting to Good Enough, and we are cheering each other on and sharing our ups and downs in the group, which has been nice.
Yeah, it's been really nice. It's nice to have people who know be around people who are as crazy with this goal as we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun adventure, I think. It's my idea of a good time anyway, and I'm glad it's only 1 month, and I'm glad I only do it every 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty intense. How much time are you spending every day on it?
About 45 to 60 minutes.
Yeah, me too.
I'd say. Yeah, and we're recording this on November 11th, so for 11 days, I've consistently done it first thing in the morning after, as soon as I get down to my desk. And And I've just happened to have a very busy work schedule recently, so that's meant getting up really early and doing it. But then I walk my dog and I'll get on with the day, and it just feels so good to have already accomplished that before I do anything else, before I get dressed.
Yeah, it's amazing. I have to admit, yesterday and today are the first days that I have not done my writing first thing. I did mine in the afternoon, and I haven't done my writing yet today. So I'm going to be doing that later this afternoon when we're done recording and when I'm done editing this, so that we can get this out this week. But it feels so good. It's like, if nothing else, I feel like I accomplished something big first thing in the morning.
Yeah, every day. Days in a row. It's makes you realize that's a fairly rare thing to accomplish something so early every day. But it feels great, and it's such an amazing lesson in embracing imperfection, isn't it?
Oh my goodness, it really is. It really is. I have a friend who is also doing it, and we were texting about it over the weekend, and we were sort of having I called it a bat off, like, mine is worse than yours.
Oh, the novel?
Competition. Yeah, the novel, like our writing. And I said, it started because I said, I finished my words for the day, so I'm completely flexible now. And she said, me too. And then we shared some examples of like how bad our typing was, like throw my computer off the roof bad. Sometimes I just type out my stream of consciousness about what I want to write about bad. And it ended with, I live in fear of someone asking me what I'm writing about bad.
Yeah, right. Well, it's an interesting thing because you're meeting your goal, and this is all. I mean, there's so many lessons, but one of them is about setting realistic goals. And I mean, it doesn't sound that realistic to write a novel in a month, but if you don't put any parameters on the quality of it, it helps.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing is, like, with my tendency to be a perfectionist, I typically would not feel accomplished without producing something that I thought was good. And with this, it's easy for me to fully embrace. I just have to get the words down. And I will literally write a stream of consciousness about what I want to write about, as opposed to writing it sometimes, just to get things going. Mm-hmm. And I count all those words too.
Right. I think for me, the important thing is knowing no one will ever read it. And so I don't feel any embarrassment. If people ask me what I'm writing about, I don't tell them. Because I say the truth, which is, I don't know. I'm finding out every day. I didn't come to it with much of a plan, and I literally don't know what I'm going to write when I sit down. I mean, I had my plan involved a sort of catalytic moment that finally happened today. But I expected it to happen much earlier. So pacing of my book might be a little off.
Yeah. Well, that's funny because I have this idea of a catalytic moment that hasn't happened yet. And so I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get there and make that happen. But then I keep thinking it's good that it hasn't happened yet because, we're only 10 days into this thing. So, and I have 20 more days to go. It's nice to know I have this big thing to talk about still.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I think for the last 4 days, I thought, okay, this is the day. It's going to happen. But it took me all those days to build up to it, to just get the details together, I guess. I don't know. But knowing that no one's going to read it, I was exchanging texts or messages with my niece, Miranda, who she was the special guest star on the episode about letting holidays be easy that we re-aired last week. So she might be a familiar voice to listeners. And I told her I was doing this. She's like, wow, that's really impressive. I'm like, okay, but really it's nothing. She does so many more impressive things. It's not many more impressive than you're running a marathon or you're, all these things she does, doing yoga every day for 3 years and all this stuff. But I said, but the key is that I just know that no one's going to read it. And she said, well, what if your niece wants to read it? And I said, then my niece
she's not allowed.
She may not. that they may not be something that's permitted. I have to know I am allowed to say no. You may not read that. But even just that little, before I answered her, just that little twinge that someone might read it, changed it a little bit for me. I'm like, no, no one's reading this thing. I'm probably not reading this thing. And I'm not embarrassed by it. There's nothing embarrassing about it, but I still don't want anybody to read it.
Yeah. Well, we decided that that it's sort of like Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club.
Right. So the first rule of NaNoWriMo is that nobody reads it?
Yeah. Well, the first rule of NaNoWriMo is you don't talk about what you're writing about.
What you're writing about. Got it. I was going to say, because we're talking about it right now, but we're not talking about what we're
No, we can talk about doing it, but we don't talk about what we're writing.
I like it. Okay. I'm totally.
The novel is like Fight Club.
Got it. Yeah. So it's a fun. I don't tend to let perfectionism get in my way too much, but it's. I mean, given that I used to write nonfiction books that people read, hopefully, that were intended for people to read.
They did read them. I know they did.
They did. Yeah, I have to say, now I forgot. I just got a royalty statement from my dog treat cookbook, and it sold like a crazy large amount of, crazy for a dog treat cookbook written by me, like 40,000 copies or something insane like that.
Well, And also, how long ago did you write that?
2003.
And you're still getting royalty payments for it?
Yeah, they're not very big.
But still, people are still buying it. It's still for sale.
It's still for sale, right? In any case, I forgot what I was going to say about people reading it. Doesn't matter.
Oh, we got distracted.
Yeah. I think I was going to say I'm not usually a perfectionist, and I don't let that stuff get in my way. But knowing, back when I was writing nonfiction, I had to have a certain, I had to have some quality control.
Right.
With this, no.
Well, and I keep thinking that even if I decide that this is something that I want to do something with, no one will ever see it in the state that it's currently in.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So even if there is a story that, I want to try and work through, work on more, no one's going to see this draft.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And that, too, is liberating. It's really just so much a work in progress.
Yeah. But I'm a little surprised. So it's been a while since I did this. And in the meantime, I've gotten older. And I've had a couple of head injuries or more. And the hardest part for me is remembering day to day what I wrote.
Oh.
I've already written.
Did you start the session by looking at what you wrote yesterday?
Well, that seems like such a waste of time. But yeah, that's what I've had to do is I'll write down a couple of sentences about what I want to write about the next day, like the next writing session.
Oh, that's
and that seems to help. But truly, it was like I would sit down and I could not remember what I had written the day before.
Well, have you written anything twice as a result of that?
I don't know. I haven't gone back to read any of it.
Right, good point.
Maybe that's the blessing. I just keep writing the same thing over and over again.
The Groundhog Day of novels.
Yeah, no wonder I can write 2,000 words in less than an hour. They're memorized in my unconscious, but not in my conscious mind.
Right, that's hilarious. Another thing that I've been thinking about with regard to this is the way this is happening for me in getting it done first thing in the morning is because I'm prioritizing it. I mean, in my case, I'm just setting the alarm clock an hour earlier. And it helps that we got that extra hour about a week ago. But it's
that
a little
did make
bit
a
lighter
difference
out in the morning when I'm getting up, or it's not dark as long. But so that's what I'm doing. But I'm finding that other things that I'd like to do every day, like genealogy research, totally falling by the wayside. This and blogging. I mean, I managed to get a couple blog posts up last week, but I'm having trouble blogging. But I also have a busy client schedule, so I don't have much time at home after I've written and then walked pics and all that stuff.
Right.
So I guess that sort of makes me feel like I'm capable of one 30-day challenge at a time and no more.
Yeah, I was a little concerned about how this was going to go with my cartooning, with my daily cartooning.
Oh, right, yeah.
And so far, so good. And in fact, I think that it is freeing me up because at this point, we are having specific assignments, and then we're also supposed to just doodle. And that's where perfectionism really rears its ugly head, is when your teacher just says, doodle for 30 minutes every day. It's like,
oh yeah,
about what? Oh my God. What if it's not good?
And I bet it is good, though. I bet your doodles are great.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's been a bit of a struggle, and then sort of over the weekend I had a little bit of an epiphany to just approach it like I am Nano and writing my novel and just sit down and draw. And who cares what comes out, but you put the time in.
There you go. Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
I'm sure that made it easier.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I've been able to keep up with both, which has been great. But yeah, like you said, that, there's not a whole lot of other stuff getting done.
I mean, it's only an hour a day, yet still, it's like, it's a big hour. It's a big hour of brain power or something. A brain power hour. Yeah. I'm going away this weekend for a crafting weekend, and that's going to be a challenge, potentially, to get the words in. But my intention is to still do it first thing in the morning.
I was going to say, will you have an hour to yourself in the morning that you can do that, or?
Yeah, I asked for one, so I think I will. Assuming I'm sleeping in a bedroom by myself, I'll just get up earlier. But the flight's early on Thursday morning, so I might have to write in the afternoon on Thursday, or maybe even Wednesday. I'll write Thursday's words or something. Wednesday night.
Well, yeah. I noticed I'm using the super stat spreadsheet that we had from when we did this before, and that gives you all sorts of information. And I noticed that, like, I have, I don't know, I think something like 1,100 words over the minimum, like where I should be if I was just doing the minimum. So it's like, you should be getting close to lapping yourself for a day. So
that's true. Yeah, I'm using that spreadsheet too, and I see I have 1,269 over. So yeah, but those are precious.
I know.
I don't know, but it is nice to know that if I need to, I could just write probably 400 words that day, if not, call it done.
Yeah. Oh, could you also write on the plane?
Well, I could, but I'm flying with 3 other people.
Oh,
presumably.
So that's different.
It might feel different. Who knows?
Yeah.
They might look over my shoulder.
Oh God. Don't risk it, Janine.
Right.
Oh, that's funny.
It's been nice that the other people in the Getting to Good Enough group more or less have been able to put in their words, not necessarily every day, but in big spurts. So that's good.
Yeah, that's great. And it's I always worry about people feeling like they get behind, or that like there's something wrong that they can't do this, and getting discouraged. And so it's nice to see that people are showing up, pretty much every day in whatever way they can.
Right. And the nice thing about this challenge is it doesn't matter. I
know.
There are no consequences beyond maybe feeling disappointed if for some reason you're not able to do it. You had to drop out one year, I remember, because you developed carpal tunnel from the effort.
Yeah. I know. I wrote like 30,000 words, and then I tried to use this is back in the day, long before Siri existed, and I tried to use Dragon Dictate and to dictate, and I wrote a couple thousand more words using that, but it was not at the level that voice recognition is at now, and it was not easy to do, and I finally threw my hands up. But I did actually talk with some friends about the plot of that novel, and they're like, you should finish that. That sounds really good.
Oh.
So maybe I'll revisit that one.
Yeah.
I mean, not now.
Right. You're busy right now. You're
probably not in December, but maybe at some point in the future.
And you survived not being able to finish it. It was you couldn't.
Right. And, like, it definitely was disappointing, but it just, it is what it is. And I feel like I just read something, I got something from a local, like I don't know, whatever they call them, chapter organizer or something. And she said, even if you only write 5 words this month, that's 5 words that you wouldn't have written.
Yeah, right.
And so I think that's really an important reminder that anything that you do, and we have people who are doing things other than novel writing, and so they're sort of tracking things in a different way, that they show up for a certain period of time or whatever. And so just showing up more days than not, or not even that, but just showing up as often as you can, and maybe pushing yourself a little bit to do it even when it's uncomfortable, is, I think, what makes a big difference.
Right. And it's just almost like a life lesson. Like, if I can do that, I mean, if you can power through it, either you win, as they call it, or you don't. But the lesson learned from pushing through that discomfort, or from sitting down and writing a few words even when you don't feel like it, can be applied to so many things. I feel like this can be applied to virtually everything.
Oh, absolutely. I feel the same way.
Yeah. So it's a fun thing to do. And if anyone is intrigued enough and wishing they had started it in November 1st, remember, you can do it anytime. You don't need 700,000 other people doing it at the same time. And that's what. And also,
yeah, I mean, the first time we did it in December.
Right.
We did like a self-styled one. And also, you can jump in now and make it whatever you want to make it.
That's a very good point. And you could do a 30-day challenge that started on the 11th. Imagine that.
Yeah.
I mean, you really could. Or you could do it, whatever 30 minus 11 is. 19-day challenge, if you want.
Right. Well, people will be listening to this on... I'm trying to open my calendar. People will be
14th.
Listening to this on the 14th or later. Right. So you could do one that is half the month, or, goes from whenever you listen to this for the next 30 days. Yep. But, there's the only way of getting it right is setting up the rules to start and then following through as best you can.
Right. And there's no losing here, really. Yeah, so I'm so glad we've decided to do it. I'm glad that we remembered a few months ago that it was the 5-year mark, for at least for my frequency, where I like to do it every 5 years.
Yeah.
It's
well, so the first time we did it was 15 years ago.
Yep, 2004.
Yeah. And then I think I did it I did 2/3 in
9.
In 2009, and then I didn't attempt it. When was the next time you did it then? I guess it would have been 2014.
Yeah, I did it then. I don't remember what was going on. Heaven knows what was going on in your life. But I think you had a new relationship with the man that you ended up marrying, and that may have been a little distracting.
It might have been.
Yeah. Right, so I was forced to do it on my own, but I'm pretty sure you provided accountability for me, and I was giving you updates on how it was going. I suspect.
Yeah.
I don't really
I think
remember.
that's true.
Yeah.
I know, that one is much more vague for me. But.
Yeah, understandably. Yeah, but it's great fun.
Yeah, it is. And it is, it reminds me how much I enjoy engaging in a challenge that feels really close to what my edge of what I think I can do. Mm-hmm. Which is what I found appealing about mountain climbing and marathon running, is like, well, I think I might be able to do that, but I don't know. Mm-hmm. And with this, it's like, I think I'm going to be able to do this, but I don't know. If it just seemed easy and no big deal, I don't know that I would feel compelled to do it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so for me, it doesn't, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it doesn't feel, I don't have any doubt I can do it. I mean, because I've done it before a few times.
Right.
But what I'm loving about it, unlike any other challenges I do, is how it's tapping into my creativity. And I don't write creatively ever, except when I do this. And I don't do, I'm a knitter, but I follow a pattern. I mean, don't do that much creative stuff, really, except for perhaps creative problem solving. But so I love that aspect of it. That's what makes me enjoy it so much, I think.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll feel inspired to bring a little more creativity into your life on a more regular basis.
Maybe I will.
We'll just have to see what happens after November is over.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll have to give just a little short update maybe at the beginning or end of one of our future podcasts just to say quickly how it went.
Yeah.
I don't know that we need to dedicate a whole episode to it.
Right, but we could give our final word counts. My final word count, by the way, in 2014, I think it was, was 50,006.
I love that.
Yeah, because I used the spreadsheet from last time and blanked it out and noticed that it was 50,006.
You just slid right in.
That's right. And the end.
Yeah. Right. The end. All right. There's my 6 words.
That's right. That's funny.
All right. Well, any last wisdom to share on NaNoWriMo?
No, I think I've shared all the so-called wisdom I have about it.
Yeah. Well, it is such a fun thing that I'm really glad we're doing it. And it somehow makes it more fun to share it with other people too. I agree.
So thanks for listening, people.
Yeah. So if anyone listening is actually already has started or wants to get started, please pop into the Facebook group and let us know how it's going. You can also leave questions or comments on our hotline at 413-424-GTGE. You can hit us up on Twitter at GTG Enough and on Instagram at Getting to Good Enough. For now, this is Shannon Wilkinson in Portland, Oregon.
And Janine Adams in St. Louis, Missouri.
And we hope that good enough is getting easier for you. What should I write about this afternoon?
Who knows? Write about what you...
Not me.
Write what you wrote yesterday.
I can't remember it. It doesn't matter.